Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. What I want to talk about today is actually taking one step back to take two steps forward in your business. And this is going to come into play for anybody who is just getting started with their business or anybody who has a current business that is looking to take the next step. It really applies to anybody who is currently going through a transition phase of scaling or getting started. And where this comes from is actually one, myself, and then two, a couple of clients of mine that I work with one-on-one to help them grow and reach to the next level. So in PTBI, in our program, what we do is we help trainers get started. So we help them go from their first 5K, 10K months. But there are some trainers who excel and grow from the program and they move on to a second program. But a few of them I work with one-on-one. And there are trainers that I work with to help them go from 10K to 20 to 30K per month. And part of that process requires them to actually step back from generating so much revenue so they can build an infrastructure that actually is able to contain more volume. And I'll give you an example. So when you are working as a solo entrepreneur, when you hit your first 10K month, that's really awesome, but you are doing a lot of the pushing and you're doing a lot of the work yourself, right? And that's great. I think that's freaking awesome. But you can get burnt out, right? Because you're doing all of your own lead gen, you're doing all of your content creation, you're doing all of your own sales calls, and then you're also fulfilling all on your own as well. And you have to push every single day to hit that 10K month or even that 15K month all on your own. Eventually, you're going to hit a point to where you just hit a wall, right? And so in order for you to grow beyond 10 to 15K, what you're going to need is you're going to need to hire team members and hire help, because what's gotten you from 10 to 15K, you're maxed out because you're doing absolutely everything. So you need to scale by hiring people. So that way you can actually increase the capacity for your business to handle more volume. And that way you can go from 10 to 15 month to 20 to 30K per month. For example, if you have 30 clients at $333 a month, you're going to be making 10K a month, right? But that's all of your time going into the 30 clients. And also in order for you to get those 30 clients, you have to do your own lead gen. You also have to do your own sales calls. And so you can make 10K a month with 30 clients, but if you want to make 20K a month, well, then you need 60 clients, right? And so you might not have the capacity to handle 60 clients all on your own while also doing your own lead gen, while also doing your own sales calls, while also doing your own fulfillment. And you got to work on your business as well. And you also have to have personal time too, right? So the only way to go from 10K a month to 20K a month is to increase the capacity of clients that you can actually handle within your program, right? And so that's actually what we do with our high level clients is we help them increase the capacity of the business so that way they can handle more clients and they don't have to stop lead flow, right? A big problem I see when it comes to scaling is that once someone gets capped out at 40 to 50 clients, they stop signing clients, right? No, don't ever stop signing clients. You should always be signing clients so that way your team can grow and your business can grow. But in order to do that, you need to increase the capacity to grow. And so what is required is for you to actually take a month or take 2 months or take 3 months to take a step back from generating revenue and pushing super hard for signing clients and actually focus more so on increasing the capacity of your business. And while you are doing this, what's going to happen is your revenue might drop because you're not showing up on as many sales calls, because you're not generating as many leads. Your focus and attention is actually shifted towards rebuilding the infrastructure of your business rather than pushing super hard for revenue growth. But I want you to know that just because revenue growth isn't increasing month after month does not mean that your business is not growing, because those months where you're focusing on the infrastructure, and by infrastructure, I just mean systems in place to hire a virtual assistant so they can handle lead gen, systems in place to handle an assistant coach so they can take on more clients, and then systems in place to also handle a closer so they can take your sales calls for you. So while you're focusing on building these systems and building the infrastructure of your business and making the correct hires, your revenue might drop because your time and attention isn't focused on, signing new clients every single week, right? But what's going to happen is you take that step back. Let's say you go from 10 to 15K a month and you drop down to 5 to 6K a month. Well, most people would actually freak out and see that as like not growth. But if you look at your business's infrastructure, that month that you went from 5 or 10K a month to 5K a month, you've actually hired a new employee. You've also hired a virtual assistant. So now you're scaled and you're getting help. Now, when it's time that they have their systems in place and that you are ready to go right back to putting the hammer on the nail, then what's going to happen is you're going to be able to get so much further than you ever were before because you have the increased capacity to handle more volume. Now you can have your 30 clients and you can also handle 60 clients over in your assistant coaches end. And you could also outsource your lead gen and sales calls too. So let's say the two of you can handle about 100 clients total. Well, now your business has absolutely exponentially exploded, right? But the only way to have that kind of growth is to take that step back and look at your infrastructure and rebuild your infrastructure and be able to increase the capacity at which your business can handle volume. So what I want you guys to know is that I just want you guys to know that sometimes growth doesn't equal revenue increase month after month. Sometimes you do have to take a step back from the revenue and focus on rebuilding the infrastructure to make it bigger. And so for coaches who are just getting started, this is relevant to you guys as well, because sometimes you need to not focus on signing clients and you need to focus on building skills, right? With PTBI students who are just getting started, what I always recommend is like, whatever you're doing in life, you should stop doing it and just focus on learning the business. So that way, when you're ready to get back into the game and start signing clients, you know the system and you understand how to get the results. But the month that you learn and practice and implement is a month where you might not be making money right away, right? But that doesn't mean that you're not growing. So money doesn't always equal growth, but there's growth in other areas of your business that will allow you to increase the amount of money that you make in the future. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys. Revenue growth month after month does not always equal, growth. Sometimes rebuilding your infrastructure and taking one step back so you can take two steps forward will equal more growth in the future. So that being said, guys, hope you found this lesson valuable. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.